Hi, Tom from bknutrition.com, and today I want to talk about what the optimal muscle building split is for workouts in the gym. So what is the best way for you to train in the gym to be able to build muscle at the fastest rate? Now, it's worth saying right from the start that there is a massive difference between what is optimal and what is achievable. Now, I have talked in other videos about what I consider to be the best workout split that you can do, and I'll link that in the comments and at the end of this video as well, that you can go and watch. Now, this video is following on from that because I have had a number of clients and also people on social media say, oh, but you recommend this type of workout and your other video says that this is the best type of working out. So I just want to address that so that there's no confusion, because it sometimes can look as if what I'm saying is contradicting other things I've said, but you've got to remember that there are things that have to be taken into context, and sometimes what is optimal is not always achievable for many people. So for example, when I talk about in my other video that a 5-day split hitting hitting a body part twice a week is optimal, then that is correct, because at the moment of filming this video and filming that video, the research that has been done has been shown that training a body part twice a week to failure is actually one of the best ways to build muscle. Hypertrophy type workouts is the best way to build muscle. However, if you're going to do that system, you've really got to train 5 days a week, and that's not always possible for many people. A lot of the clients I work with have only been able to can only train like 3 to 4 days a week. And so what you might get to thinking if you're watching that video is that, well, actually, what am I doing? Is it actually doing any good? Is only my 3 days a week workouts is actually, doing me any good at all? And a lot of people had contacted me are stressing the fact that they can't get in the gym 5 days a week, and they're worried that what they're doing is actually not doing anything at all. Now, what I want to say is that actually, yes, it's more important to get into the gym and do some workouts and take a muscle to failure than it is to be worrying about the workouts you haven't done. People always worry about the workouts they haven't done. Oh, I didn't do this many reps, I didn't do this many sets or whatever. Yeah, but what did you do? Did you go into the gym? Did you exercise to failure? Did you lift weights to failure? Did you do a number of different exercises on that muscle group to failure to signal for the body to adapt? And then, well, yeah, I did do that. Okay, well, that's fine, because you've actually done what you could do in order to build muscle. Not everybody has the genetics to be a professional bodybuilder. Not everybody has the genetics to be able to gain muscle lifting only 2 or 3 reps of an exercise. Those sorts of people do exist, and obviously we're all very jealous of the fact that they can get results very quickly, but they've still got to put the effort in. They've still got to go to the gym and lift weights. For the vast majority of people I work with, they're not genetically gifted. They are looking for help with their workouts, and this is what I do. I schedule workouts for them that fit around their lifestyle. Now, I do have the 5-day split that I work with a lot of clients, and clients who are able to train 5 days do get a very beneficial effect from doing that. However, if you can't train 5 days, it's no point stressing over the fact that you can't train 5 days, because you're never going to be able to do that. If your family life, if your work life, if your travel for your job, whatever, means that you can only train 4 days a week, okay, well, let's optimize for 4 days a week then, not 5 days a week. There's no point stressing over what you can't do. So the important things to consider when you're thinking about your training routine is, first of all, have you taken the muscle to failure in that workout? If you have, well, then you've done your job. You said to the body, we need to train higher or harder than the level we're currently at. Please provide me with more muscle so that I can do that. And the body does some little things. It goes off to its DNA. DNA sends messengers back, and then that tells the body to build more muscle. And hey presto, we have more muscle. Maybe not as easy as that as it sounds, but that's essentially what happens, is you have to take the muscle to a place that it's not comfortable being in order for the body to say, hold on, we need more muscle to be able to handle this, to be able to do this type of exercise, and then the muscle is built. Now, if we're looking for hypertrophy, which is a more muscle size, not so much strength, we need to be going for volume. We need to be going over 7 reps at least per exercise, per set I should say, and we need to be doing lots of sets on that. Now, I've been a bodybuilder for nearly 20, I think it's over 20 years, probably 23 years at the time of filming this video. I've trained for over 23 years in the bodybuilding mentality. I've done lots and lots of different training systems. Now, they all work to a certain degree. Why did they work? Because I changed them up every sort of 12 to 14 weeks, and that gave me a new stimulus. It gave the the muscle a new stimulus to adapt to. So I've done all types of different workouts. I've done my 5-day-a-week split. I've done a 4-day-a-week split. I've done 3-day full body splits. I've done push-pull legs, done German volume training. I've done my 300 type of training, which is another type of system I have. I've done lots of different ways of training. The reason I did all those was to keep my mind active and to keep my brain engaged with my training, because after a while, if you're doing the same workout all the time, you're going to get bored of that workout, but also your body's going to get used to doing that workout. Now, if you've ever looked at say like a builder or a roofer. I used to be a roofer before I went to university, and it's hard graft. You know, when you first start out, aching every single day because the demands you're placing on your body is so high and it's so unusual that you're sore for weeks and weeks. After a while, that work becomes very, very easy. And there were people who've been doing it for sort of 20, 30 years when I was there, and they very easily chucked some tiles on the back and straight up to the top of the roof. You know, that was very difficult for me at the time when I was 17. But, you know, you take those guys into a gym and they can't lift the weight that, say, I'd be able to lift after doing 20 or so years training. Although it might be on a similar levels of strength, it's a different demand. The strength, the demands of the workout, so to speak, if you're thinking about your the actual demands, because getting a bit of tiles on your back and going up a roof is a workout in itself. If you don't believe me, try it and you'll see. So it's the adaptations you get from doing that workout and doing that stimulus. If you're always doing the same stimulus and that's an optimal workout, well, after a while, that's not going to become optimal, because you're doing the same thing over and over again, giving the same stimulus to the body again and again. It's going to adapt to that. It's going to find ways to do that workout more efficiently, and by more efficiently I mean firing less muscle fibers and expending less energy to get that workout done. And this is why you need a change up every now and again. You need to change your training every 12 to 14 weeks or so, sometimes every 8 weeks depending on the stimulus, to be able to challenge your body and give it a new stimulus to adapt to. So this is why in my programs and when I'm programming for clients, we always look, one of the fundamental questions I ask is, how is your training going? Are you excited by your training? Do you go into the gym thinking, yeah, I can't wait to train this muscle group today. I'm looking forward to this muscle group. You know, if you're not, if you're, oh, it's chest day today, oh, it's leg day today. If you're thinking like that when you're going into the gym, then potentially you're not enjoying your workouts, you're not excited by them. And if you're not excited by your workout, how are you going to motivate yourself to be able to lift to failure, be able to challenge yourself in the gym? Short answer is you're not going to have that stimulus. You're just going to go in the gym, do the thing, and then have a protein shake and then leave. And then your body is getting those signals that it doesn't have to adapt anymore, because you're quite content doing the same workout again and again and again. See where this is going? After a while, the optimal workout doesn't become optimal, it becomes actually very suboptimal. So this is why you have to continually challenge yourself for muscle building. Now, if you're just looking to maintain strength and maintain a physique, well, that's fine, you know, because you can do the same workout again and again and again. But just bear in mind that the body will become adapted to that workout. It will become more efficient. You'll burn less calories doing that workout. So if you're doing it for a calorie deficit, after a while you're going to be burning less calories on that workout. You've got to challenge yourself, and this is why bodybuilding, this is why I promote bodybuilding as a method of training, because bodybuilding can incorporate so many different types of workouts and exercises that you can really challenge yourself all the time, incorporate the principles of bodybuilding, which is volume and reps and lifting with correct form to stimulate the muscle. You can do that with push-pull legs. You can do that with full body workout. You can do that with German volume training, which is actually specifically for bodybuilding. You can do that with like a classic bodybuilding workout. You can apply the principles of a bodybuilding workout to pretty much any type of training. Maybe not 5x5, but that is a strength thing, that is specifically for strength. But you know, you can adapt the principles for pretty much any type of training. And that's why I love bodybuilding as a stimulus for working out and for gaining more muscle and losing body fat. Because if you change up that training every 8 weeks or so, every 12 weeks or so, you're going to get this new stimulus. You're going to be more excited by it, more entertained by it, and you're going to keep going back to the gym with this renewed energy. So when I'm talking in my video about the optimal way to build muscle and that 5-day split with a twice a day training, which is one of my core workouts that I give to clients, the reason I give that to clients is because they've probably not been training that way. I would put a lot of money on the fact that they haven't been training that way, because essentially it's a system that I built based on scientific principles and experience. But when I give people that training, they're like, wow, this is something I've never done before. And what happens? Boom, get more muscle, they start growing again. But after a while, after 12 to 16 weeks, even that stimulus starts to wane, and we have to look at other things. We maybe go back to more traditional type training, or more different sort of volume training, or more strength type training, whatever. We change it up, so we're giving the body new workouts all the time, new stimulus all the time. We're still providing protein, we're still providing calories, we're still maybe working to a calorie deficit if their end goal is fat loss. If they're looking for more muscle, then we're looking at a calorie surplus. The thing is the nutrition can change. The nutrition can change around what you're trying to do. The type of training you're doing doesn't have to change in terms of the principles. You can change up the workouts all the way through, but what you can do is change the nutrition for the goals. So bodybuilding training philosophy can be kept at a steady rate, although you have to obviously change the programs, but the nutrition can be adapted for that. So whether you're looking for fat loss, whether you're looking for lean muscle gains, whether you're looking for just bulk at any cost, you can change your nutrition to accommodate all that. The training essentially is going to stay the same. The only thing potentially that won't stay the same there is if you're training for strength, but that's not a bodybuilding principle. The bodybuilding principle, strength is a byproduct of that. The bodybuilding principle is to build as much muscle, and for that you need training to failure and you need high protein intake. Those are the two things you've really got to get right with bodybuilding. If you don't get those things right, you're never going to really grow to where you want to be. You can build muscle in a deficit, that's been proven. You can lose body fat by doing lots of high volume because of the calories you burn. So bodybuilding is one of the principles that I really push onto my clients. I push onto them, that sounds like I'm a drug pusher. More like I encourage them to do that sort of training, and anybody who comes to work with me does that sort of training because it is so productive, it's so effective, and we can change the workouts up every now and again. We don't have to stick to the same exercise, we don't have to stick to the same routines, we can do different things. And someone who, say, is working in a certain job, suddenly changes their job, well, we can adapt that training very quickly, still incorporating the bodybuilding principles. We don't have to go and have a completely different workout. We can change the principles very slightly to give a 4-day split or a 3-day split or a 5-day split or whatever fits their schedule. So it is very flexible and we can accommodate it. So the optimal workout, although I talk in my video about that 5-day split, that may not be optimal for everybody. If you have a 4-day split, if you can only do 4-day split. But also, if you're doing the 5-day split for a long time and training body part twice a day for a long time, eventually your body's going to get adapted to that, so you need to change it. So I thought I'd do this video just to explain that a bit more, in the fact that it's not a set in stone, this is the best way to train, because there is no best way to train. Everybody makes progress with different types of workouts. You've just got to know when to change it for you to be optimal for you at that time period. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that sort of developed that a bit more. This video has come from a direct question raised in my coaching program by one of my clients who can only do, say, sometimes 4 days a week. So he asked that question. So I've done the video to sort of develop that, but I also thought it would benefit people who've watched the other videos as well, who aren't in my coaching program, so you can adapt it for your workouts. So I hope that was helpful. Please like, share, comment, whatever you want to do. I hope you got something out of this video and hope it benefited you. If it did, please let me know, please comment, whatever. It all helps the cause to get my message out to people, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.